just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love you, my lucky stars. God bless the USA, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love you, my lucky stars. God bless the USA, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And
Welcome back. It was quite a night last night. Fox News projecting Bernie Sanders as the winner of the Nevada caucuses. This is the third win. The Vermont senator doing well in a racially diverse state. Nearly 30% of the population is Hispanic or Latino, and 10% is African American. So as the Democrats move forward, let's talk about how important the black vote will be. Candace Owens is the host of the Candace Owens Show. She talks about this a lot, and she also is out with a new book called Blackout. Candace, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So you've talked a lot about the support for President Trump and also really Black America. Give us your perspective on Black America today. Last night, Fox News projecting Bernie Sanders as the winner of the
look at heading into this election is the black vote. Primarily because Democrats rely upon it heavily. They relied upon the black vote heavily for the last 6 decades, and why we see them increasing the rhetoric and constantly accusing conservatives of being racist. But why this is interesting is because their accusations are no longer landing in the way that they used to. What I mean by that is that, in the 2016 election, there was this palpable fear, not just amongst Black Americans, but amongst all Americans on both sides, because they didn't know exactly what to expect from Trump. He wasn't your career-type politician. Heading into this election cycle, people now know he's had him for 4 years. So telling us that he's one of the most interesting components to look at heading into this year, both telling us that if Trump gets into office, he's going to ruin Black America. We're all going to be black on slave ships, just quite literally the type of rhetoric they were using in 2017 doesn't land the same. We're looking at the actual results. We're seeing that we've had a Republican conservative president for the last 4 years, and he's been able to accomplish more than a black president did in the election. So the stakes are higher, and every poll that you look at shows, I don't care if you're looking at a left on both sides, but a right-leaning poll, they show that black support for Donald Trump has increased, and that's a detrimental threat to the Democrat Party. And now people now know to have even 5 points of black votes, or else their entire party is finished.
Yeah, I mean, we had Senator
I had to start again with just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave
their entire party is finished.
Yeah, I mean, we had Senator Tim Scott on the other day, and what he was talking about on this program is about the policies, the fact that unemployment in the black community is at a record low, prison reform. Here's a bit of Tim Scott 2 weeks ago on Sunday Morning Futures. Watch this.
On Election Day 2016, he was around 8 or 9%. Right now, his approval rating on the last 4 polls that I've seen is over 30%. And there's a very specific reason why that is the case. He has not only said what he was going to do, he actually has done it.
You agree with that, Candace? And what is most important, do you think, to this voting bloc?
I think just living better. I mean, I ask a simple question to my family members and my close friends. I say, are you living better today than you were living under the presidency of Barack Obama? And the answer across the board is yes. There are jobs, there are opportunities. And, you know, it used to be the expression, it's the economy, stupid, right? I mean, people are doing better under this economy. So they're going to have difficulty contending with the fact that people are living better, are feeling more confident. I mean, look at his State of the Union address. He knocked it out of the park. He discussed the fact that 7 million people in this country are off of food stamps. 10 million people are off of welfare. And you had Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib say that's when she got up and left because food stamps were being taken away. Does she think that black Americans and Americans overall are too stupid to understand the importance of coming off of food stamps? Does she not understand that there is pride and no longer longing have to turn to the government for handouts to be able to afford to feed your family? I mean, this is the Democrat argument that we should want to turn to the government for answers. This is the socialist argument, right? That we should be expanding government programs because the government should be replacing the families and strong fathers in the home. And it's wrong. You know, America as a whole is doing better under this presidency, and I just do not see a way forward for them to beat Donald Trump in this election cycle.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that. I mean, obviously, it's better not to be on food stamps. It's better not to have all of these free benefits that the government is promising. It's much better to have opportunities to work and then obviously make as much as you could earn by working. He does this effectively through social media as well, doesn't he? I mean, people complain about his tweeting, and yet it's resonating with a lot of the country.
That's the number one thing that I say, especially when I speak and at a lot of GOP dinners across the country, is I say the number one feedback that you'll get from older conservatives especially is, I just wish he would stop tweeting. And I cannot make this statement clear enough for America today. Donald Trump should never stop tweeting. It is how Donald Trump won the election in 2016. This is how the president, he's brilliant when it comes to culture. And there are always cultural presidents. Technology changes, you know, every 3 decades. JFK was the TV president because he was so good looking, right? FDR was the radio president, being able to speak to America. And Donald Trump understands social media and understands culture. He is a cultural president. And it is why he's been able to bring over people that do not traditionally follow politics, right? People like me. Many black Americans find themselves more invested in culture, right? Donald Trump is cultural. So he's able to sort of play in both spaces of politics and culture and blend them beautifully to communicate the importance of the policies that people are getting delivered into their homes. So I love love Donald Trump tweeting. Do I agree with every single thing he tweets? No, but I understand the importance of just the overall method of being able to effectively communicate things to the voters directly.
So give me your assessment in terms of black support today for President Trump going into South Carolina, going into the election in 2020, and how would you assess what we're seeing in terms of Bernie Sanders? Bernie Sanders is winning now 3 caucuses.
Right, and which is not a surprise. And I say this to go to Bernie Sanders first. I appreciate people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. People can hate her, but thank goodness for her. Right, she is the Jeremy Corbyn of America, somebody who is willing to boldly, outright say what they are after. Right, before I feel like the Democrats and the socialists were good at hiding what they wanted. Right, we want to steal your money. They were good at hiding that messaging, so they seemed much more normal. But she's so boldly saying that they want these lunatic policies. Bernie Sanders is boldly out in the front saying, here's what we're going to do. You're not going to have your private health care. We're going to socialize health care. It is thanks to that the Democrat Party is now effectively splintered. There's no way forward because the party is splintered. The moderate Democrats are not going to get behind Bernie Sanders. That's common sense. The socialist Democrats are not going to stand behind Mike Bloomberg. That's common sense. You think the socialist Democrats have spent the last 4 years complaining about the fact that Donald Trump is a white billionaire from New York, only to then get behind a white billionaire from New York, Michael Bloomberg? Of course not. So this is why there's effectively nowhere forward. Their party is literally broken at this moment in time, and it is the most fascinating time to be paying attention to the Democrat Party. I cannot look away. It is prime time television every single time. I cannot wait until Super Tuesday. I'm looking forward to it like the night before Christmas.
That's funny. Candace, it is so great to have you on the program. You got to come back soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Candace Owens. Check out her book, Blackout, and The Candace Owens Show.
5G is ready to roll out. The technology is already in place, so the clock is ticking until this becomes the dominant communication network of the entire planet. And this means there is